thinking, about the Grinch and how brutal this movie actually is. The Jim Carrey one, the original one. I'm just going to give like a quick summary or synopsis of all the Grinches. It's been years since I've actually seen any of the stuff related to the Grinch. I used to watch it all the time when I was younger, the Jim Carrey one. It's been years since I've seen that movie. So I might actually give it a watch tonight to see, how accurate, I remember it, and I might give the Dr. Seuss version, like the cartoon version, a watch. But the Grinch definitely is a brutal one. So let me just give like a quick little summary of, my thoughts on the Grinch. Basically, because I remember that one scene where like they try to explain how the Grinch was like born or whatever, and you see like all the babies like flying in, and then you just see the Grinch, just randomly spawns in as a defeated, like it was over by default. The Grinch just spawns in over by default. Never stood a chance. Finished over. And, he lives on the top of a mountain with a bunch of slop and garbage because, he's just completely shunned out by society. And, he basically, I think I remember he like tried to go down. He went to go with he went to go like steal or fuck the mail up because like the Susie Lou Who or whatever, her dad was like a male cuck. Like the guy was like a super beta, and he went to go fuck the mail up. And then the Grinch, he does some hardcore peak jester maxing. He does some hardcore jester maxing, and then the Susie Lou Who, she feels bad about the jester maxing and, tries to confront him about it and invites him to the shit. I remember like, they do the flashback to like when the Grinch was in, growing up and he was in school. He tried to impress the Stacy in the class, Martha, Lou, I don't remember these names. I think her name was Martha. And then like the kid with like the 1800s haircut, like the mayor, he like steals her from him because like he tries to like compensate, the Grinch tries to compensate. He gives her like this literal garbage statue angel made out of fucking garbage. And then, Martha Lou Who, Martha Lou Who, she gets disgusted by his peak subhumanity, because, he tried to like, look smacks and shave his fucking face. So he tries to shave his face, and, Martha Lou Who realizes how subhuman he is. He flips out and shit and says like, oh, I'm gonna go live in squalor garbage. Christmas blows, and he leaves. Either way, Cindy Lou Who, Susie Lou Who, whatever her name is. I think I'm thinking about I'm getting them mixed up, like the Dr. Seuss, Green Eggs and Ham. Grinch versus like the Jim Carrey one, because I think her name was Susie in the book or the movie or the little cartoon. But either way, he accepts the invite because, Cindy, she felt bad, that the Grinch, was a lonely, defeated ogre just rotting in filth. So, he accepts the invite, and just comes down, gives the most absolute peak jester performance of a lifetime. And, oh boy, all the people, just, clown on him basically. And the mayor, the bully mayor who he's now grown absolutely beta bucks, beyond repair. The one with the inverted George Washington haircut, like the 1800s haircut, just slop maxed and beta buxed. He basically, humiliates the Grinch in front of everybody, with his one-itis with Martha. And, he showcases his beta bucks. He whips out the ring. I still remember this scene. This motherfucker whips out the fucking ring and buys a car for Martha, and that still wasn't enough. It still couldn't override. It still couldn't override his shit looks. And, you know, he ended up, before he proposed, he gave the Grinch a gift. It was the failed, you know, the razor that he used to shave. And, this gave the Grinch the PTSD flashbacks, and he just fucking snaps. He shaves a bald spot right down, you know, the mayor's head, and, you know, just completely loses it, goes back to his lair, says, fuck this garbage, gets his dog, who's 5 pounds, and somehow can fucking lift a whole sled or sleigh, whatever it's called. And, you know, the Grinch, he's pissed. He wants to fuck Christmas up, so he steals all the shit. And then somehow, you know, when he's stealing, Cindy Lou Who's present, she ends up walking down the stairs. And can you imagine how different the movie would have been if instead of, you know, Cindy Lou Who walking down the stairs, it was another, you know, Slop Max defeated Ogre with a half-empty vodka bottle in his hand. Christmas would have been finished, done for. But instead, you know, Cindy Lou Who caught him at the same time, gave him a speech, you know, gave him some cope speech, like some mega cope speech. I don't remember what it was, but I can probably give a good summary. It was probably like, Grinch, Christmas is for everybody, love, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, the Grinch's heart, grows like, I think like 3 times. You know, he can finally pump blood through his body and get an erection. So he's happy now because he doesn't have erectile dysfunction anymore. And, you know, he has to like put all the Christmas presents back because basically he, so yeah, he puts all the Christmas presents back, and, you know, the Who's, like, they're so brain dead that they thought that he actually saved Christmas, even though he was the dumbass that fucked it up in the first place. So, you know, they all just kind of either don't care or they just virtue signal. They all have a nice little dinner. I know in the Dr. Seuss one, I think that's what the ending was, you know, where they all just like sit in the middle dancing and shit and whatever. But, I know the Jim Carrey one, you know, they give like the happy little ending where, you know, the Ogre maxing and the jester maxing pays off. The Grinch finally gets his one-itis. I think that's how it ended. I think he actually, you know, gets with Martha in the end and they like celebrate in the cave. But, I'm pretty sure the day after they were like, yeah, this guy, he's done for. And, you know, they robbed everything from his crib. And, you know, he's just defeated, and they probably whooped his ass or something. I don't know. But, that's the story of the Grinch.